Well, very good morning and welcome to day 4 of competition here at the Broward County Convention Centre in Fort Lauderdale. It's the Junior World Championships and it's the final day of the individual competition. Very good morning to everyone and especially to my co-commentator. Good morning, Annette Boehm.
Good morning, Sheldon.
Tell us a little bit about what we're going to see today. We've got 4 weight categories, 2 for men, 2 for women, the under 78 and the plus 78 for women, and the plus 100 and the under 100 for men. Who should we be looking out for?
Yeah, I just had a look at the competitors. How many competitors are in each category? There are not that much, but still we got some really good names. And yeah, we starting now with mentioning some of the names. I start with the under 78 kilogram category. And this is one of the women category today, and the number 1 seed here, and she's also one of my favorite today.
Same here, yeah.
The
Anastasia
Ukrainian.
Turchin, yeah.
Yes.
I absolutely love her. She's great. What a first round contest that she's got here. Anna Laura Portuundo from Canada. That's going to be a really tough match. 2 very, very good fighters. Turchin has got the edge. She's just got that experience, and she's got what we were talking about yesterday, which is that exposure to the IJF Judo World Tour.
That's right.
For me, that makes all the difference.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, yeah, she's number 1 seed. I hope she has not too much pressure. She had some really success a few weeks ago in Bucharest when she won the title in this category at the Juniors Europeans Championship. So we will see. Some favorites managed it into the final. Favorites, I mean number 1 seed. Some went out. We will see what happened today. Yeah.
Further down?
Yeah, further down, we got the French. This is in Pool B, so they could meet in the semi-final. The French girl, Sama Hava Kamara, she became 3rd at the Europeans, also a good girl. Number 2 seed here is the Polish, Beata Pakut. So we will see how she comes through her draw. And in her pool, there's also the Japanese, and never underrate the Japanese.
Okay, so that's the lineup in the under 78 kilo category. Who have we got next?
Let's have a look in the heavyweight. The number 1 seed here is Michelle Goshin.
Well, another one of my favorites.
Yes.
Because of her personality. Incredibly nice and warm fighter. I like her. Michelle Goshin.
Yeah.
She was she won an award at the Junior Europeans as well. So really nice fighter. Go on, let me not interrupt you.
Yeah.
Goshin, the number 1 seed.
Yes, and she's waiting for the winner between China and Russia, and I think if China gonna win, we will see then a tough first fight for her. So number 2 seed here is the Brazilian Camila Nogueira, and she will meet in the first round another Japanese. So this is also a tough start in the beginning for the first fight.
Yeah, one of the favorites, Asahina Sara, just an incredibly strong fighter, and already had a run out in the seniors at the Tokyo Grand Slam a year or so ago. So a tough one for Nogueira.
Yeah.
Down at the bottom, I don't know if you're going to pick up on Yelisaveta Kalanina of the Ukraine, the silver medalist from the Cadet World Championships in Kiev, and then Guzmari Garcia Savin of Cuba, the gold medalist from last year's Cadet World Championships. That's a first round contest in the plus 78 kilo category. Who we got next then?
Let's have a look to men under 100 kilogram. We got the current junior European champion of Russia. It is Nias Ilyasov. He's number 1 seed here. But there's also, on the bottom half, there's also Philip Galandi, the German. Also good fighter. And I also picked out a Croatian, Slatko Krumrich, the 3rd of the Europeans.
I'm going to throw into that mix there Guram Tusishvili of Georgia.
Yes.
L.A. Smith in his first round contest. The American faces Goto Ritaro of Japan. That's a tough draw there. And then Aaron Wolf of Japan up in Pool B. Okay. Plus 100 kilo category then.
Yes, we come to that heavyweight. The Ukrainian, Yakiv Kamo, number 1 seed here. He's one of the favorites. And he also got an award in Bucharest. Helped his injured opponent going from the mat. He definitely is one of the favorites. Then there are a few Russians. Shakbasov, the Russian. That was the Russian, by the way. Yes, the number 2 seed is the Serbian Sarko Kalam. Let's see how he's doing today.
Right, well, we're about to get underway. We're going to go to mat number 1 to have a look at the opening contest in the plus 78 kilo category. Xi Ying of China faces Yulia Lyanchenko of Russia. Let's go down to mat number 1, sit back and enjoy all the action. We've got the under 78 kilo category on mat number 2 and the under 100 kilo category on mat number 3 if you like. And remember, you can pick whichever mat you want to follow just by clicking on the one that you want the one that you want to watch. It's that simple. We're going to take a look at the plus 78 kilo category because coming up next we've got Han Mi-jin of Korea and Ganbat Oranjagl of Mongolia. But it's the contest number 3. Yelisaveta Kalanina of the Ukraine up against Guzmari Garcia Savin of Cuba. We'll follow that with Emre Sanal of France and Ogawa Yusei of Japan. That's in the plus 100 kilo category. So we've got a nice mix there on mat number 1. That's the heavyweight category. Women first and then men. So let's take a look at that. Of course, we'll jump around as we normally do when we see something we want to have a look at. But you can as well, perfectly at liberty to choose whatever it is that you want to have a look at. It's our first look at Xi Ying, actually, the Chinese heavyweight. And the teams, or the nations that have shared the women's heavyweight Olympic and World Championship titles have been China, most recently China. They owned it for a while with Tong Wen. Japan, Cuba.
Yep.
If you're looking for an Olympic gold medal
Yep.
in the plus 78 kilo category, that's where it's likely to come from. China, Japan or Cuba, really. You can think back for the last few Olympic Games, just off the top of my head, gold medalist in the Olympic Games in London was the Cuban, Idalis Ortiz. Gold medalist in Beijing was Tong Wen. Gold medalist in Athens. Who won the gold medal in Athens then? Tsukada Maki of Japan, and then it was in Sydney, it was another Chinese. Yeah. Hua Yuan of China. She was a really, really lovely fighter. The terrific fighter who, after, in the lead up to Beijing, 2 years before Beijing, so we're talking about 2006, she'd gone into retirement, she'd come back and wanted to give it a go. She came to Poland for what was called the World Cup at the time, smashed everybody, absolutely smashed everybody. And in the bar, most unusually for a Chinese athlete, in the bar, over a beer, said, I don't fancy it. I just wanted to have a run out and see if I could do it. She absolutely smashed everybody. And I said, no, I don't fancy it. She was unique, I mean, as far as the Chinese are concerned, because you just don't find them out having a drink.
Yeah, yes, that's right.
Not the way. She was special. And the other thing was she wasn't that... there's a certain stature, and you're going to see it in this competition today. Heavyweights slot into certain body types. You know, there's the Lyanichenko kind of size, which for me is not a true heavyweight. Lyanichenko's just gone a few kilos over the under 78 kilo category. There's no way that she's going to make that as a heavyweight. She's not a Palavda either, you see that. She absolutely fits the bill, the traditionally, you know, short, stock, broad and carrying a few kilos more than she really should. That kind of heavyweight. But you're going to see in a couple of fights' time Yelisaveta Kalanina, who for me, that was a nice Uchimata effort. She scores Wazari. I think she might be lucky to get away with Wazari. It's more like a Yuko, but anyway. But Yelisaveta Kalanina, the Ukrainian, if if you can find a heavyweight like that, you are on a winner. The only thing that you've got to do is to get them to do judo after that. They have
Yes.
given it as a yuko now. To be fair to the referee, it was away from him. He couldn't see
Yeah.
that part of the body and gave a slightly higher score than was really warranted. Anyway, she, with that single yuko score, who takes the contest, having had a penalty, by the way.
Yes.
She was staring
Before.
defeat in the face and then came up there with that single yuko, and that was it. Excitement first thing in the morning around the venue as various fighters have their first contests. Yes, I'm sorry if that was a rather laboured introduction to women's heavyweight judo, but it's nice to have a bit of background and
That is right.
know who Beltran as well. Naima Beltran, the Cuban, I see her name up there. Twice an Olympic silver medalist, but twice world champion.
Yes, but never got
Beltran.
the. I think that's the thing.
Exactly, yeah. Goes down
That
as one
was
of the
you.
heroes in that weight category, but not as, she isn't going to make it into the Super Hall of Fame, is she, when it comes to the Olympic Champions Hall of Fame? That's a tricky one to get into.
That is right. But I remember everybody wasn't lucky or wasn't happy when they saw her name on the
On the
list.
draw,
you know,
yeah.
you never wanted to have Beltran because she was so strong.
On the mat now, Han Mi-jin of Korea faces Ganbat Odanjagol of Mongolia. It's Han in the white judogi, Ganbat in blue. Next contest up, you'll see who I'm talking about with regard to Kalanina.
In white for Spain is Sana Rodriguez. In blue for Japan, Takayama Rika.
Well, a silver medal at the Cadet World Championships in Kiev. Now, that's 2011 we're talking about. 2014, 3 years later, one would hope that Kalanina would have made some real progress as far as the judo is concerned. We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
She got a tough first fight against the Cuban, and as I say, the Cuban was Cadet World Champion last year. We'll see how they get on. I think that Kalanina could upset her. She's got the kind of height and size that is going to be awkward for the shorter, stockier Cuban. We can see Kalanina lined up there. She towers, absolutely towers over everybody
Yes.
standing next to her. I mean, that
Nice
is,
overview.
that really is the kind of heavyweight that you want. I wish, I've never ever wanted to coach anybody except her.
There she is.
There you go. There's a look at Kalanina on the left side of your screen. Some of our technicians are a little bit special. This one is. He's absolutely on the ball, isn't he? Terrific job.
Yeah.
4 days sitting there is still, he's clued up with everything that's going on. I really congratulate him on that. It's a difficult job. He's done it really well. I shall suggest to our chief that we have him on a more regular basis, especially at the big events.
Yeah.
I know he's waving his finger. He doesn't want to know. He's not interested. I'll find a way of persuading him. Just a single yuko on the board for Han Mi-jin. Minute 50 odd left to go.
And blue for the Netherlands, Pico Vos.
Ganbat's got to get working here. You see, the Mongolians have done it again. Ganbat is not a plus 78 kilo category fighter. They're just trying to fill the space. Somebody's got to go, and you're a little bit heavier than 78, so you'll go. There's no way that they're going to make it later on. I don't see the point in doing that. If they're not This is the Junior World Championships. If you're not going to go to the next level, why invest all of that effort in someone who with a little bit of work could quite easily make it at under 78? You know, I mean, it could be that she won't have a chance there.
Yeah, but there's just another one.
Yeah, but what more chance has she got here against these?
Oh, was a good attack there from Gangbat. But you're right, you see the limitation because of the weight.
Yeah.
Weight difference.
You're coming up here at maybe 83, 84, 85 kilos, and, you know, Han's got to be touching the 100 mark already, and she's not one of the big ones. Nice Uchimata as well to finish off. He could have just been generous and given her the ippon there.
Yes.
Put us all out of our misery. Anyway, it's you know, she's not even breathing in the osakomi, not moved. Even time to, you know, wipe the sweat from her brow. Yeah, it's like,
Haven't seen that
Yeah.
before. Hold up with one hand and
yeah.
Oh,
Use the other to wipe the sweat from your nose.
okay.
Well, a spirited effort from Ganbat
Yes.
Odenjargal, but it's Han Mi-jin of Korea who goes through to the next round, and this brings us neatly to the next contest, which is between the aforementioned Yelisaveta Kalanina of the Ukraine. She faces Guzmari Garcia-Savin of Cuba. It's Kalanina in the white judogi Garcia in blue. For me, it's the potential, the physical potential that you have in front of you to do something with and to develop. It is so great with Kalanina. 19
Yes,
she is, 18
absolutely.
is Garcia. I mean, they must have taken her from handball or, you know, basketball or something.
Yeah, yeah.
So look at the size of the woman. If only they've put some judo into her. Don't walk onto that. You know, that should have been a big right hand. The minute that Garcia came in, it should have been you know, she didn't react, did she? Garcia managed to get in there, and had it been a little bit quicker and stronger, Kalanina would have gone over. Footwork was poor from Kalanina there.
Yeah.
She thought about making the hip technique, maybe a Haragoshi or Uchimata, and then it just didn't materialize. So a little bit of speed lacking there. Speed and determination. You're going to go. Don't lift your leg up and stand there on one leg.
Yes, and solve the handbrake. Just go for it.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, exactly.
This is like
yeah.
the... Yeah.
Go on. Missed. At least it was a big attack. You
Yep.
know, and we know that for men and women, one of the really big scoring techniques is makikomi, and she was in there for that position. A little bit more power
Yeah?
from Kalanina could have brought Garcia over. Garcia is one of the funniest and liveliest characters
Yeah.
on the junior and cadet circuit. She's moved up from cadets now to juniors, but she is hilarious, absolutely hilarious to talk to. Last year when she walked into the venue and I saw her, I said, that's the winner. Hadn't seen her on the mat.
Yeah.
I just saw the opposition in the cadets. I said,
Yeah.
you're not going to beat her. Look, first of all, she's Cuban, heavyweight. You've got to be one of the favourites. And then look at the size of her. And she did. She smashed everyone last year. Kalanina picks up a penalty for passivity. Surprised about that. So she's going to get caught if
Yeah.
she's not careful. The attacks are not strong enough. They're not threatening Garcia.
Yeah.
And Kalanina gets in there, but she doesn't move Garcia, and then Garcia comes up with this effort to turn her onto her side. So she's really got to generate some power into those attacks.
I think she still really didn't realize what she's able to do with her skills.
Exactly.
She really doesn't trust in that 100%.
There's the Kosotogaki counter
Yeah.
from Kalanina there. You know, Garcia was the one who was a little bit flat-footed and poor in the attack. You know, there's no power in there. You
Yeah.
don't feel as though she's going to dump you. Where you look at some of the girl, that little Russian girl in the 57 kilo category, whoa, you know, powerful little judoka. Left-sided effort there, but
But I think she also still needs some more power.
yeah,
She's very tall.
definitely.
Some more muscles. You know?
Yuko on the board.
Mm.
144. We'll go down to mat number 3 in a moment, but we could be watching the winner here,
Yes.
you know, out of this pair. Given the traditionally low
Yeah.
achievement levels, that was a false attack. Annette Böhm is keeping a close eye on
Yes.
Semen Rakita of Ukraine. He faces Wolf Aron of Japan. We'll give him his correct title. There was Zari there.
Mm-hmm.
She got dragged down.
Yep.
Just got dragged down. Simple as that. Wolf, beg your pardon. Comes back to throw for Ippon down on mat number 3.
Lovely. Lovely Ippon for Uchimata. Rakita bridged. We will see Wolf in the next round. I haven't seen him yet.
Yeah, we'll have to come.
That's why
we'll
it
have
was
to come
interesting.
back.
A Japanese with that name.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wolf Aron, I think we're going to have to try to remember. It's a tricky one because it's not, you know, your typical Japanese name. However, that's where he lives and that's how he's addressed and that's how he's
Yes.
known. We try to stick to that. You know, I don't like going to Japan and being called family name and then first name. That's not how I'm known, and they never do it.
Yeah.
They always call you properly, you know, so because they can do it, let's see if we can do it as well. 40 odd seconds left to go here for Kalanina to come up with something. Unfortunately, I mean, this is what I thought was going to happen. I've seen her a few times now. She just hasn't made the kind of progress that one would have hoped for,
Yeah.
given the material that you've got to work with. You know, there's no real movement with the feet there. It's not explosive. That's what's missing.
Yes.
There's no explosion
Yeah.
into the technique here. And unless if there's no explosion, you're not going to get any damage, are you? You're not going to do any damage.
That is right.
You have to explode in order to cause some damage. And poor old Kalanina hasn't been able to generate the power in her judo.
Hoppala.
You know, look at Garcia is not, you know, the world beater.
Yeah.
It's just an average heavyweight who's going to take this contest. She's picked up a second penalty, but she's got 2 scores on the board. And Kalanina cannot generate almost with the Ojigari. But again, you know, there are big gaps in her judo. Technically, that was a poor Ojigari.
Yes.
It was an Ojigari, but it was technically lacking in 2 or 3 different areas. It was stabbed there, and then, you know, she's falling to her right side.
Yeah.
She's not taking her opponent back. You can see problems there as well. She couldn't put together the combination. When she failed with one attack, there was the opportunity to take Garcia backwards. She couldn't.
I think you should give her really some more years.
Yeah, it could be that you know, if she sticks with judo, then she may have a chance.
Yes.
But it'd be horrible if she walks away now,
Oh,
having
yeah.
invested 3
Yeah.
or 4 years in preparation, because she didn't start until she was 15.
So
So it's only 4 years, so maybe asking a lot
she
of
needs
her.
some more time. Yeah.
But the raw material
Absolutely.
is incredible.
Yes. It's really interesting. We have to follow that girl.
Yeah.
And see.
Garcia it is who
Yeah.
wins out. I'm going to leave you with Annette Böhm, because coming up next, Emre Sanao of France faces Ogawa Yusei of Japan in the plus 100 kilo category for men. We've got the heavyweight men coming on. And a little bit later, we will go down to mat number 2, because we want to see Anastasia Turchin. She faces Anne Lara Portuondo of Canada. That will be a really good contest. But in the meanwhile, here is Annette Böhm.
So this is now the first fight for heavyweight men. France against Japan. Don't really look like heavyweights. It looked more like 100, like under 100 kilogram. What a cross grip there from the Japanese. And French recognized that and put him under pressure. Doesn't got the arm there. The French needs at least one arm at the sleeve.
First round for men under 100 kilo, the W2. In white for Germany, Paul. In blue for Kazakhstan, Yilma Girgaliyev.
Can't turn him over. Turn over the Japanese style we are used to. Just a single Shido there for Sanal.
First round for men under 100 kilo, Tatami 3. In white for Spain, Sergio Trillo. In blue for Pakistan, Wayahat Sarwar.
Still miss some good attacks there from the Japanese. Sanal really tries to go for it. Both of them got a Shido now. And still, it's Ogawa who is leading.
Fight number 6 today on map 2. Round one for men under 100 kilo.
Oh, that was a weak one.
White for the Kingdom, Saudi
Broke up
Arabia.
in the middle of the attack.
In blue for
Oh, and this looks now like a good turnover. Good chance there for the Japanese. Oh, Sekumi. That's it. That was the last attack there from the French. Cross grip. I think that isn't the right grip when you attack with, yeah, Uchigari. think it wasn't an Uchimata attempt. But in the end, he trailed and he needed to do something. Oh, but it is Ogawa who goes into the next round. So we have a look on mat number 2 then. You got a choice at home, whatever you want to watch. We go to Anastasia Turchin of the Ukraine in the under 78 kilogram, and she faces Ana Laura Portuondo Isase of Canada.
Dear Judo friends at the Lauderdale Convention Center and dear internet viewers, this is the last day of the individual competition of the 2014 IJF Judo World Championships for Juniors. The medal table after the first stage, 1 gold medal for Hungary.
The Canadian won the bronze medal at the Commonwealth Games in Glasgow this year. Oh, this is interesting. And at the Pan American Championships, she also became third. Uchimata attack there from the Ukrainian.
First off for men under 100 kilo, the dummy one. In white for Mexico, Jose Cuevas. And in blue for Bosnia and Herzegovina, Harun Sadikovic.
So a backward technique, one backward technique, I think would be the key to the success. Both of them are always and only going for a forward technique. Trying to come through first with a hip attack or Uchimata Aragoshi or a Seonaga, but just a Tanya Toshi Kozuragaka or Ochikochi, so just in that direction. Yes, Anastasia just tried to combine the Uchimata entry with an Ochigari attack. I think this is the key for both of them.
To all the countries competing in the team competition tomorrow, don't forget that the draw will be held at
Usudugari, oh, that was a strong one from the Canadian.
Pay attention, all the countries participation of the team event tomorrow. The draw will be held today at 4:30.
Close to Yuko. Oh, that was a good one. But I don't know if the referee already said Mate. Can't see it.
In white for Japan is Lauderdale. In blue for the United States of America.
That was a good attack. Almost Ippon. And I hope that the referees will check now. Was it Mate or not? No. He already gave Mate, unfortunately, there for Turchin. And that was, also must say that beautiful Ippon, right-sided. And I think if before they would have given their a score, if they gave the score, she wouldn't fall like that, Anastasia. Really lifted her up. So, Ippon for that really beautiful Uchimata for the Canadian. And unfortunately, Anastasia Turchin is out.
Well, I said to Porto Wonder this morning, your biggest fight's going to be your first. And she's out of the way. We're going to go down to mat number 3 quickly, because Goto Ryotaro of Japan faces L.A. Smith of the United States of America. Let's just see what's happening down there with the Japanese and the American in the under 100 kilo category. L.A. Smith the third.
Oh.
Well, the second is in the audience.
Okay.
L.A. Smith number 2, that's his dad. Uchimata effort there from Goto. Doesn't come up with a score though. 2.5 minutes still to go. What you're going to get from Smith is a supremely well-conditioned athlete, because his father is a nutritionist. Well, he's an experienced sports. Oh, he's gone over for Ippon there, Uchimata.
Oh, yeah, and what an Ippon.
Yeah. Couldn't get off that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, the difficulty for Smith there was having gotten off the Uchimata a couple of seconds ago. Goto felt, hey, I might have this.
Yeah,
because he got the entry, and
Exactly.
he went straight back to it. See, yesterday we saw some fighters who could correct things. They made an effort and then thought, okay, I know where I failed. I'm going to go back and get this right. And that's what Goto has been able to do there. He's been able to correct the error where he failed in the previous effort and come up with the big score. Right. Where are we going to go now then, Annette? Because we've got the plus 100 kilo category down on mat number 1. We've got the under 78 kilo category on mat number 2. We've been watching that. And then we've got the under 100 kilo category on mat number 3. Do you want to go back to mat number 2? Let's have a look and see what's happening with
The German,
Maria
yes.
Wagner and Glynis Perez
Oh.
of Peru.
Maybe we can see.
Wagner's
I
one
don't know.
with the Ippon. We probably missed it because we weren't recording that one.
Yeah, that's right. Happy for her. I just 10 seconds before I just had a look, and I saw this Yuka on the scoreboard, and it happened right in the last 10 seconds. Okay, so we're gonna stay with that mat for this fight, maybe.
Yeah, why not? Because
the French,
I'm looking at all of the other
yeah,
contests to come, and they're not massive. So. Right, I'm going to go and have a word with 2 people, Anastasia Turchin of Ukraine
yeah.
and also Anna Lara Portuondo of Canada.
But don't get them both at the same moment.
I think I'll leave that. Yeah.
So Kamara in white, Nasser in blue. Chigari attack there from Kamara.
for men over 100 kilos. The Dani one in white for Estonia, Hendrik Silver. In blue for Mongolia, Ulsi Bayar, Duren Bayar.
Single Shido there for the Egyptian. Oh, and she must be careful not stepping out here. Oh, close. Nasser really put there on the edge, under pressure. Oh, big Makikomi attempt from Kamara. It's just a little bit which is missing for the score. No more Shido for Nasser is allowed. Or she can afford no more Shido because that would be the end. Oh, that was a nice Ashiwasa. Wasari, and there the Asekomi. Well done from Kamara. So, after that fight, we go to mat number 1, waiting for the number 1 seed in the plus 78 kilogram. And she's up against a Chinese. Michelle Goshin in white and Xi Jing in blue.
Mat 2. Second round for women under 78 kilo. In white for the Netherlands is Larissa Stroopel. In blue for Mexico, Miriam Gonzalez.
I heard that Judy Myers, the current junior European champion, she isn't here. She's injured, if that is right. Not nice to hear this news. Hope that she will recover and come back as soon as possible. But here, these junior worlds, she can't fight. So that was Michelle's opponent in the final in Bucharest.
Second round for women under 78 kilos, the W2. In white for Poland, Beata Matsu. In blue for Japan, Takaya Marika.
Oh, that was a chance there for Michelle Gauchin. Just couldn't use that. Chinese was then quick enough to turn on her front side. German team already won 2 medals, 2 bronze medals with Patricia Sekeli in the under 48 and Vivian Herrmann yesterday in the under 63 kilogram. Maybe they will have some more today with Michelle Gauchin and Anna Maria Wagner, and of course also the men still didn't reach the podium yet. Oh, that was well done. Good outworking Osei Komi. Looking to score and a little smile for Michelle. Well done, and also she helps her opponent up. So Michelle is into the next round.
Second round for women over 78 kilos, the W1.
Just stay for that fight on this mat. It is between Anastasia Sapsai of the Ukraine and Kariman Shafik of Egypt.
First round for men under 100 kilos, mat 3. In white for Korea is Hong Jin-suk. In blue for France, Nedano Ariano.
Anastasia Sapsai, she already collected some medals at the European Juniors and Cadets. A few bronze medals there. 20 years old. Must be her last year then. No, that was a nice entry. And she got a score for that. Vasari takes the lead now. And in the back you can see Michelle Gauchin, because the winner is up against the German girl. second Vasari and Ippon. Good contact.
Second round for women over 78 kilograms of Mat 1. Please welcome in white, representing the United States of America, Mackenzie Williams. And in blue for Korea, Helen Jin. Second round for women under 78 kilo, Mat 2.
So, next contest.
In white, representing
Mackenzie Williams
Salam Sugi.
from the USA and her opponent from Korea, Han Mi-jing. Runes in white, Han in blue. Oh, Dios, echo me. And Han, she makes it into the next round. The big disappointment, I can imagine, for Mackenzie Williams. It was her attack. She went down to the ground at first. She was looking there for the Tanya Toshi, but she fell on her back, and the Korean just used that. So I think we have a look to mat number 3 then. Mat number 3. Let's have a look to men under 100 kilogram.
In white for France is Julie Pierre. In blue for the Netherlands is Jasmine Lesterhaus.
Korean Hong and the French Ariano Rebuka.
I didn't manage to find Anastasia Turchin, the number 1 seed in the under 78 kilo category, who went out to Canada's Anna Portuondo, but I did find Anna. We had a little chat, and it's nice to see the fighters and to spend a bit of time with them, hear what they've got to say. Hong leading here by Yuko with just a few seconds left to go. He's just going to be strong enough to take this one, isn't he?
Yeah, I think so too.
Carrying a little bit of extra weight around the midriff for this weight category, isn't he? Look.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to have to do the almost good turn.
Yeah.
Right at the death, he managed to turn. He's going to have to do the same thing that Cho Guam. I don't know if you remember, Cho Guam was plus 100 kilos. And the Koreans really worked him. Now he's under 100. He's in a much better place. It's a harder weight category in a way. But what he does have is a much, much better physical condition. And in the end, it's good for you. It's good for your health. But he was carrying around a lot of weight.
Yeah.
And Hong Jin-soo, I suspect, has got a few kilos more than he really needs to.
Yes.
You can't see it from there, but when his jacket opens up,
I also
you think,
recognize that, yes.
I mean, he could go 90. If he really worked, he could go at 90. I mean, you look at someone like Gviniashvili or Top, they're the same height.
Yes.
This boy's got a really, really good few kilos around him.
Yeah.
I mean, not all of the Koreans are cut, you know, and look that physique. I remember Hwang in the under 90 kilo category. He used to be, you know, dumpy sometimes. Kim Jae-bum is a bit different, you know.
Yeah,
That's
yes.
a cut physique. Wang Ki-chun, Bangi Man, and those sorts of fighters, they are in really good condition. But Hong, I think he might need a little bit of visit to the health farm. Right, who've we got up now? Elijah Shermans of Australia faces Ahmed Jadi of Algeria. Shermans in the white judo gi, Jadi in blue. You can have a look around the mats and see
Some names.
who's doing what. I think after this we want to see Camila Nogueira of Brazil and Asahina Sara, because that's the number 2 seed, isn't it?
Yes.
Nogueira.
We joined the heavyweight before as well, and as we saw Goshin, brilliant
the
against
Chinese.
Yes.
Yeah.
Subside also good performance, and the Korean, Bet Williams.
Okay.
Yeah, we can go back there. Also, because I want to see the Japanese Asahina.
Yeah, well, definitely after this contest is over, we'll go down and see the contest where Asahina is taking place. That's down on mat number 1. We'll go down there in a few minutes. Let's see what transpires here.
Wow! Good attack there.
Right. Now, the reason that he's taken time to give the score is because of the bridge. Watch what happens here. There. You see, it's Wazari, but the Australian bridges, and any attempt to bridge is Ippon. And he takes his time, the Korean referee.
Yeah.
He's attempted to bridge. I'll go with the Korean referee here. It's a good decision. We'll go and explain it to Elijah Shermans. It won't take me a second. Here's Annette Burm again.
Yes.
First round for men under 100 kilos, the number 3. In white,
So we go back then to mat number 1. Just watch the last 45 seconds between Ivana Sutalo of Croatia and Anna Zaleczna of Poland. Sutalo is leading there by Yuko. We are within the last 30 seconds. So Sutalo takes it.
Second round for women under 78 kilograms of mat 2. In white for Italy, Melora Rosetta. In blue for Hungary, Salanki Evelyn. Women over 78 kilo mat 1. In white for Brazil, Camila Nogueira. In blue for Japan, Asahina Sara.
And that is the fight we spoke about. Camila Nogueira, the Brazilian in white, facing Asahina Sara of Japan in blue. Sorry for that. And Jose Komi now. Asahina, she takes it and goes into the quarterfinal. And we stay on that mat because I'm looking forward the Georgian, Elene Kebadze. It's not that usual that you're gonna see a Georgian woman fighting. Let's see how she will manage it.
I missed the contest then
Yes,
with
and it was
Asahina.
really clear. Yeah, she won by Jose Komi.
Unusual for the
Through her-
Japanese.
Yes, how did she?
Yeah, exactly.
How could she do that?
I think, you know, they may want to look at that area, you know, Osakomi, and decide if they want to invest in it. So we were being a little bit flippant this morning because that's the area of expertise where the Japanese really have the difference, especially in the
Yes.
lighter weights. And what I think what you're seeing here is a mirror of the results in the senior judo. You've got the Japanese ruling really the lighter weights, 48, okay, 52, there's a little bit of slip at the moment, 57, you know.
Yeah.
And then you start getting into 63, 70, they disappear. 78. When was the
Yes,
last time that we
yes.
had a world champion at under 70 kilos that was Japanese?
That is right.
It's a while.
Yes.
Because at the
The last-
moment we've got the Colombian,
last two times.
you know,
Yes.
Yuri Alvear,
Yeah.
Lucy the Kos
Yeah.
we've had. You know, it's been a while, hasn't it?
Maybe it was Ueno the last time.
Yeah, Masai. It's a while now. Because Ueno at 63, Yoshia, Tanimoto maybe, going back. What weight was Ayumi?
Masai, Ueno Masai,
Yeah, Ueno.
in the under
Yeah,
70.
yeah. But it's a while, and 78, I mean, they don't get a look in, do they?
Uh-huh.
You know, you've got Aguiar, Kayla Harrison, Chermio, they're not getting a look in
Mm-hmm.
at those weights. Neither here. On the mat at the moment, Marlin Viveros of Ecuador faces Elena Kebadze of Georgia. Kebadze's picked up the single penalty. Also shaping for the Uranagi for a moment there.
It is, I mentioned earlier, it is so unusual to see a Georgian heavyweight, to see a
Women.
Georgian woman at all. That's why I really like that.
We saw Zia Beboshvili.
Yes.
She kind of blew out
Yeah.
fairly early on. It was unfortunate for the Georgians.
I wonder if they train together with the men.
I think a couple of the lightweight women do.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, they have a lot of good men. And it can only be a big advantage to train with men, especially with Georgian men.
Yeah.
Second round for men under 100 kilos, the dummy 3. In white for Germany, Leon Struder. And in blue for the United States of America, John Jane.
You can hear the Germans shouting in the background. There's
Yes.
Leon Struber down
Yeah.
on mat number 3. Yeah,
Hold him, go on, yeah.
He's up against John Jane of the United States of America down on mat number 3. That's in the under 100 kilo category. Maki Komi effort there from Viveros doesn't come up with anything. Kabate's picked up a second penalty now, and we're inside the last minute.
In white for Serbia, Sarko Chulun. In blue for Georgia, Buka Kivozalice.
Well, I think they have some problems with the scoreboard. Now. That was close. Was looking there again for the counter. The last 11 seconds are there. We still haven't any score. The scoreboard just this 3 Judo, 1 to Viveros and 2 to Kebatze. That's it. Viveros takes that contest. That was really close. And Kebatze, unfortunately the Georgian, she is out. So, we straight go to mat number 2 then. Let's have a look to the man heavyweight. The Russian Artem Panin in white and the Egyptian Ahmed White in blue. Still no score. And a minute is over in that contest.
In British for Kazakhstan, Rosa Topkulayeva.
It's not the only heavyweight, Russian heavyweight. In the plus, there's also Shakbasov. A little bit upper. Junior European Championship silver medalist. That was a big attack. Vasari for that. Can't get the leg out. So Russian trapped up too strong. There again. Huge attack there from Vahid. Still 2 minutes to go. Last 1.5 minutes. Oh, and the coach now has to leave his chair. It's the Egyptian coach.
Second round for men under 100 kilos, the W3. Wearing the white jersey for Brazil, Gabriel Souza.
Almost had him there.
For Japan, Wolf Aaron.
So Vahid is leading by Vasari, and I really would like to go to mat number 3 then. You at home, you can stay on this mat, watch the last the last minute. And we go to Gabriel Souza, the Brazilian, fighting against Wolf Aaron of Japan. Egyptian, by the way, just won by Ippon on mat number 2. Judo there. I've seen this a few times in the last days, that fighters try to protect their lapel with one hand. Chimata attack. Wow, and what a defense there from Wolf. Souza, the number 4 seed here, Brazilian. 2 times continental champion. Souza is 1 time cadet continental champion. Got some results there of his 20 years. And Wolf is all Japan champion under 21, so junior all Japan champion this year. Last year he became 3rd. That was in the plus 100, interesting. But this year it was in the under 100. So, both now got a Shido, and for Souza it's already the 3rd Shido. No more mistake is allowed now for him. Otherwise he's out. Tanaga attack there. And now it's Wolf who receives his 2nd Shido. We are within the last 20 seconds. What a Nippon.
Second round for men over 100
Wow.
kilos, November 2.
Yes.
Weighing the white luggage for the United States of America.
So I think we go straight to mat number 1 then, to the current. Wow, can't see it again. This is really a beautiful demonstration of Tanya Toshi from Wolf. Yeah, now we're gonna go to the current junior European champion, Yakov Kamo of the Ukraine, and he's up against Ogawa Yusei, another Japanese.
In white for Russia is Ramazan Sugeno. In blue for Pakistan is Wajahat Sarwar.
Shido. Now also to the Japanese.
Second round for men under 100 kilos. Mat 3. In white for Germany is Felix Galandi. And in blue for Japan is Goto Ryutaro.
Oh, Chigari, that was lovely.
And now, dear Judo friends, the first quarterfinals of the day. Quarterfinals for women under 78 kilo, tatami 2. In white for Canada and Laura Portuondo. In blue for Germany is Anna Maria Wagner.
Lovely. Vasari leading there for Camo. Really catch him in the right moment. So it's Camo who goes into the next round. So let's have a look then at mat number 2. Yes, mat number 2, because there are already the quarterfinals in the under 78 kilogram category, and it is the Canadian Anna Laura Portuondo Isasi, wrong name, and she faces the German Anna Maria Wagner. For the moment, a Judo for the Canadian. 3 minutes to go. 1 minute is over in that contest. Small leading there for the German.
In white for Russia is Ruslan Shakrazov. In blue for Bosnia and Herzegovina, Harold Sadikovic.
Already mentioned. Oh, lovely turnover there, Vasari. Anna Maria Wagner, 18 years old. Her club is the KRC Ravensburg, and she's training there in Sindelfing. Countered that attack there from the Canadian. Her opponent, the same age. Won a bronze medal at the Continental Championships. Commonwealth Games 3rd placed. And this year, yeah, at the some Pan American Opens, she got some medals, and the championships this year, she won the bronze medal. Pan American Championships. Minute 20 to go. Still the Vasari leading. Big Osoto combination there with the Tanya Toshi. Good reaction. Really impressed from that young lady, Anna Maria Wagner. That was a good win for her.
Quarterfinals for women under 78 kilo, mat 2. Winner in blue for Germany, Anna Maria Wagner. Anna Maria Wagner will be the semifinals for women under 78 kilo. Second quarterfinal for women under 78 kilo, tatami 2. In white for France, Samakawa Kamara. In blue for the Netherlands, Larissa.
So we come now to the next quarterfinal in that category. France against Netherlands. Sama Hava Kamara. That's an easy name.
Second round for men number 100
She's up
kilo.
against the Dutch Larissa
In
Grönwald.
white for Ecuador, Freddy Figueroa. In blue for Korea, Tony Vignon.
Not sure if you saw the contest down on mat number 1 in the plus 100 kilo.
With Kamo?
Yeah.
Yeah, we showed it, yes. The Ochigari.
Yeah, he's a boy, isn't he?
Yes.
Working his way through them now.
Mm-hmm.
Second round for men under 100 kilo. The number 3 in white for Austria, Maximilian Hageneder.
You know that the
In blue,
first of the quarterfinals is a repeat of the Junior European Championship final with
The Russian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kamo
Yeah.
and Shakbazov.
You don't have to miss that fight.
Big contest coming up there. And then Guga Kibordzaladze of Georgia is up against Ahmed Wahid of Egypt. In the third of the quarterfinals, the last one, Sebastian Falgahill of Sweden is up against Anton Rudnik, the other Ukrainian in there. In the under 78 kilo category, Larissa Grönwald is in there. The Dutch have got a couple of fighters up at under 78 kilos who are pretty useful.
Yeah.
Not least of all the former world champion, in 2009 in Rotterdam. She won that at home, the Dutch fighter. I'm looking at my colleague's face. Marhinde Verkerk.
Yes.
And then the young, hopeful, really, who I really like, Hushi Steenhuis as well. He's in there at under 78 kilos. Difficult to push out Verkerk. She's still around, and you can go for that little bit longer at 78 plus 78, I think. And she's still around. Steenhuis. Sorry, Verkerk.
Yeah.
With Steenhuis pushing on. Yeah, Yuko scored there. Grönwald on the board. Down on mat number 3, Guram Tusishvili of Georgia leads in the under 100 kilo category. He faces Maximilian Hageneder of Austria, leading there by Yuko with a little over 2 minutes left to go, 2:20 odd. Needs to get off that. Lucky. Grönwald. We're coming up to the quarterfinal stages in most of the weight categories. Now, it hasn't fired as much as it did yesterday, to be honest.
Yes.
You know, I know that we should promote and sell the product as much as we possibly can, but we also like to be a little bit, you know, retain some degree of credibility by not trying to sell you every day as the greatest day that was ever happened in the history of the IJF. And it's a good day. Oh, look at that. With 40 odd seconds to go, it's that 40-second mark again.
Yeah.
Just when it hits.
Yeah.
It's like a switch-off period, you know. Ojigari right-sided, really strong from Kamara.
A lot of pressure.
And down goes Grönwald. So the whole shape of the contest changes now, and Larissa Grönwald has to really dig deep and go for it here. Can she do what others have done?
Yes.
And hit the comeback trail 20-odd seconds left to go. Involved coming under some pressure with the grips from Kamara as a gripping penalty. Overly defensive posture, and she picks up a penalty. Tries a little bit of Ashiwaza. Few seconds left to go. Got to go for it now. Thought about her own Ojigari. Go on the outside with the Osodo if you can. Ochi, but it's not there, and there isn't the power left to bring Kamara down. This one is going to get away from Grunwald, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
Led for so long. Right at the death. The French fighter comes back. She was the one who was able to dig deep, come up with the Ojigari. Yeah, I was just talking about trying to sell you a package as the best judo ever. And it's a good day today, but of the days so far, yesterday was really from the get-go, pretty much from the start of the day.
That's right.
There was something to keep you going. We had 63 and 70, 81 and 90, and those ended up really as the blue ribboned, we call them, the blue ribboned weight categories. We could still produce some excitement, I suspect, in the plus 100 kilo category for men. I think we're coming to the critical point there. And in the under 100 kilo category, let's see what happens. Good score there from Sarah Tsugi of Tunisia. Zari on the board. The Tunisian leads with plenty of time left on the clock. Let's see whether she can hang on to this lead. Beata Pakut of Poland is her opponent.
Round two for men over 100 kilo, tatami 1. In white for Egypt, Alex Selim. In blue for Mongolia, Umsibaya Kurebaya.
Now, if you want to continue watching this quarter-final, well, I suppose we better give them a minute or so longer, because there's a top draw contest coming up on mat number 1. Khaled Salim of Egypt faces Ulisbaya Durenbaya of Mongolia. That's in round 2. We're going to have to pass on that one, I'm afraid, whilst we watch the quarter-final between Pakut of Poland in the white judogi and Zugi of Tunisia in blue. The Tunisian scored Wazari, and that's the lead with 2:30 odd left to go.
Second round for men under 100 kilo, tatami 3. In white for Croatia, Slatko Kumbric. In blue for Korea, Hong Jin-soo.
Slightly increased tempo from Pakut now as the time begins to tick away. Not sure what it is that the referees had to stop the contest for. Anyway, we're back underway. Better gripping there from Zugi. She was in danger of being overawed for a moment there, but she just stepped up and got strong in the grips. Good sign. Nice, steps away from the right arm. That's where the danger is. It gets... Pakut puts it on here, comes up with the Uchimata, and now having to defend on the ground. Careful, neat little bit of work on the ground. Slightly untidy at the end, and then Tsugi was able to turn and almost come up with her own effort. Good work from Pakut in the beginning. It was a neat little turnover. Just got a little bit away from her in the end, and the move broke down. Tsugi still leading with a minute and a half, just over a minute and a half left to go. Single Shido against Pakut. That's the state of play at the moment. Nice movement from the Tunisian there. Just got away from one side. Not quite sure if she made it back into the competition area in time. Yep, okay. Left-sided effort from Pakut. It doesn't catch Tsugi, however, and the time beginning to tick away here. Danger signs because Tsugi's defense on the ground has been reasonable. There you go again, managed to avoid the Sangaku Gatami turnover. Pakut just asking herself, what can I do here? What else can I bring to the party to catch my opponent? Another good move off the danger area. She's going to pick up a passivity penalty, you know. If not for stepping out, she'll pick up one for passivity. Yeah, good call from the referee. Not for the stepping out because she came under an Ashiwaza attack, but the passivity, that's right. It's not going to do any good. You can't pile up penalties here. She's got to throw a Pakut here. This is a good effort from Tsugi. Haven't seen an under 78 kilo category fighter from Tunisia. Under 70, yeah, Huda Miled. But new weight for the Tunisian here. Zari the lead, 20 odd seconds left to go. Pakut really has given everything. What's going to do now? That really is a good win for Sara Tsugi of Tunisia, defeating Beata Pakut of Poland. Now we've got some quarter-final contests coming up, and what I'm going to do is to offer you the choice of, you know, where you want to go. I'll tell you quickly that coming up next on mat number 1, Michelle Gershin of Germany faces Anastasia Sapsai of the Ukraine. We'll follow that with Han Mi-jin of Korea and Ivana Sutalo, and then Asahina Sara of Japan faces Marlin Viveros of Ecuador. That's what's happening on mat number 1. Here, Julie Pierre of France faces Evelyn Salanki, Salanki Evelyn of Hungary. And then we've got Guga Kibozalidze of Georgia against Ahmed Wahid of Egypt. And then Sebastian Fagihel and Anton Rudnik of Ukraine. That's in the plus 100 kilo category here on mat number 2. Down on mat number 3, we've got the under 100 kilo category. And if we get a chance, we will go down to see Wolf Aaron and Goto Ryotaro of Japan. The Japanese will face Guram Tusishvili of Georgia. That looks like a good one. Wolf Aaron will be up against Ramazan Malsuginov of Russia. Looks like an interesting contest there. Leon Struber of Germany will face Niaz Ilyasov of Russia. Yeah, good control there from the Hungarian, no doubt about that one. That's Ippon. Couldn't come up with the Uranagi. The Hungarian stays hooked in with the leg, the right leg in the Kojigari to bring her opponent down onto her back, flat on her back there for Ippon.
The winner of the quarterfinal, match in blue for Hungary, Kiev.
Well, we've got quarterfinals all round now. Let's have a look at the quarterfinal in the plus 100 kilo category. Guga Kibodzalidze of Georgia faces Ahmed Wahid of Egypt. Kibodzalidze in the white judogi, Wahid in blue. Oh, nice technique by the Georgian. Good score. Kibodzalidze brings his opponent down. Zari with what looks like a makikomi. Ooh, youch! That could have been painful. Let's have a look at the landing here. Yeah, Wazari, not bad. But I don't know if Wahid is going to be able to continue. He's trying to limp his way through it, but Kibodzalidze, as you're finishing him off with a little drop rolling seonagi, that would be my advice for what it's worth. He doesn't want to attack that right leg, you see now.
Here to the friends, quarterfinal on mat 3. Men under 100 kilo. In white for Russia is Niaz Ilyasov. In blue for Germany is Leon Struber.
Kibodzalidze needs to finish this off quickly. He doesn't want to start getting soft and not attacking his opponent. Just finish it off. Take him on the ground.
As usual, the final block with the repassage, semi-final fights, bronze medal fights and finals will start at 5 p.m. local time.
He probably will now. That little penalty there is a warning to him. Get it over and done with. Well, he can stand on the leg. There you go. Another makikomi. Finishes off Ahmed Wahid. I feel a little bit sorry for him, but I'm never quite sure just how much of that is. Right, the doctor gets called to the mat. Kibodzalidze shows some degree of concern over his injured opponent, but the doctor will sort it out, and unless Kibodzalidze has suddenly acquired a doctorate, he better just leave it to the doc and they'll sort him out. Okay, whilst we're dealing with the injury on mat number 2, let's go down to mat number 3. Niaz Ilyasov of Russia faces Leon Struber of Germany. 2:42 left on the clock, and we've just arrived as there's a Wazari scored by Ilyasov.
Next quarterfinal of mat 1. Women over 78 kilos. In white for Korea, Kang Min-jin. In blue for Croatia, Ivana Shutalo.
Good effort from Struber as he got backed up onto the edge of the mat there. Well, Ilyasov proving that little bit too strong for Leon Struber. And the Russian coming up with that ippon there. Let's have another look at that. There's the decision from Barbara Shimizu, the referee in the middle. Let's have a look and see how that happened.
Next fight on mat 3, the quarterfinal for under 100 kilo. In white for Japan, in blue for Russia,
Right, coming onto the mat now then, Wolf Aaron of Japan faces Ramazan Malsuginov of Russia. It's Wolf in the white judogi, Malsuginov in blue. Annette Burm is going to miss this look at Wolf. Just gets turned and pulled to the tatami there. He picks up a penalty for the drop. Nicely turned off that. Felt that attack coming and turned off it. Coming under some pressure from Malsuginov. Quite often the case that with some of the Asian fighters that the tempo is a little bit quicker than they're accustomed to. They take a little bit longer to get into things, and this is a case in point here for Wolf. He's picked up a second penalty, one for a gripping infringement and then one for a drop. Be careful there, Ichimata, and then the Ojigari. Never really, not either of those techniques really materialize. He tries for the Sutemi Waza, misses out there, and that is inexperience. He's lucky to get out of that. That's Tokita now. He was lucky to escape from that.
Yeah, that looked dangerous.
That wasn't clever. See, this is not clever. That's a poor Yoko Sutemi Waza effort. And
it is.
Yeah, and he ends up in Osai Kami, but he's strong enough to escape, and there's 2.5 minutes left to go. No harm done. And now it's Malsuginov who picks up the second penalty. That was a rather silly thing on his part. That's tied things up now. Both fighters have picked up 2 penalties. Now that we've got the initial blast out of the way, let's see who can come up with some judo. He couldn't come up with the second part of that. Uchimata into the Koji would have been nice.
Unusual grip there for a Japanese.
Yeah, that right arm around the body is causing Wolf some discomfort. So he's got a grip that he thinks is going to make it difficult for Malsuginov. I think it's going to become increasingly difficult for the Russian. He's tried his bits and pieces, and it hasn't troubled Wolf. The only thing that's troubled Wolf has been the tempo of the contest. He's picked up 2 penalties from being slightly off tempo. And he's gone over there for Wazari.
Yes.
I mean, he's super strong, but he's now got to throw the Russian.
That was the last fight of the preliminary round of knot 2 today.
He gets thrown for Wazari, and now there's a minute and 20 odd. So we know, and that's another good effort. Wazari Awazetiipon, Malsuliginov comes up with 2 really good techniques. Here, look at this one. This Yoko Sutemi Waza throwing his opponent for Wazari again. That was really well done. Malsuginov really ate up Wolf. Wolf had no answer to him. Couldn't work him out. And the Russian actually ended up... Malsuginov just telling the referee, hey, I won it, not Wolf.
Yes.
You want to be pointing in my direction, don't you?
Strong fighter.
He really did do him up, to be honest. Wolf not getting past Malsuginov. Let's see who we've got now. We've got another Japanese. Goto Ryutaro of Japan faces Guram Tusishvili. Goto in the white judogi, Tusishvili in blue. See what happens here.
Powerful grip there from the Georgian.
And the Japanese, Goto picks up penalty for an overly defensive posture there. Just a little bit too defensive. Shaping up nicely the later stages of the competition. Good grip from Tusishvili. It really does put some pressure on Goto, and he just goes to ground here. And he's lucky to get away with that. He just, it was the pressure of the grip that brought him down. I'd have called him for a false attack then, but I'm harsh. Big Osodogari effort. Now a second attempt to bring him down, but didn't come off. Goto it was who almost turned the tables on Tusishvili, but the Georgian at the moment is the one with causing him all the problems. There's the Osoto effort. Now he comes around the back.
Interesting
Almost.
combination.
Yeah, almost with the
Osoto, back, Ochi. In the end. Nice
roughed
footwork.
up here.
Yeah.
It's got to be stronger in the grips. Let's have another look at, I don't know the replay that you just showed about the Osodogari effort. This is interesting from Tusishvili because he attacks him with the big left-sided, and then he's still on the outside, isn't he?
Yeah.
But it's the Japanese who comes up with the last effort.
Yeah, that's what I meant, yeah.
2 efforts there, and then
Ochi.
there's the Oichi from Goto. That's what we were talking about. It wasn't the Oichi from Tusishvili.
No.
He has an Osoto, and then almost like a Taniotoshi attempt.
Taniotoshi followed, yeah.
But it's the Oichi right at the end from Goto.
Yeah,
that
still
we were
able to
talking
react.
about. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good effort from the Japanese there. Nicely spotted by Annette Byrne, but doesn't surprise me with her skills. Just par for the course for Byrne. Byrne sent you. I love it when we're in Japan and they still refer to Annette Byrne as Byrne sent you. Oh, nice chance there. Oh, that was a good turn.
Yeah.
He had it, the top half of the body, and now Tusisvili decides if it's good enough for you, it's good enough for me.
Yeah.
I'll have a go.
That's right.
3 penalties to Goto, 1 to Tusisvili. Slightly untidy at times, the contest, but he's got to get that hand off. Doesn't want to leave it on there for too long.
3 more contests now, Mat 1. 3 quarterfinals. Women over 78
Here comes Goto again. It's nice that he keeps coming forward to attack. Almost countered with the Uchimata there.
Yeah.
Marine Herbe of France faces Guzmari Garcia of Cuba down on mat number 1 in the plus 78 kilo category. And then immediately after that, we've got the repeat of that European
yes.
Championship, Junior European Championship final.
Yeah.
Yakiv Kamo of Ukraine faces Ruslan Shakbazov of Russia. See, Tusis really didn't need to do that. That's an unforced error with that grip. He's going to walk off the tatami.
Yes.
I'll be going crazy if I was the Georgian coach.
Me too, yeah.
He is. You know, you just gifted.
That's not necessary, yeah.
Yeah.
He
Give him a
gifted
chance
it.
to be back in the oh, he's done now. That's it. Tusisvili has blown it. Absolutely gassed, as they say in the United States of America. All of a sudden, it happened. And he thought, I'm going to give this one more go here because I can't stand up. And he just absolutely ran out of steam. He knows it. He can't stand up. That's it. He gave all that he had, but he didn't have another 40 seconds left in the tank. Yeah. Sorry, Guram. That is a false attack.
Until that point, it was a
should
really
have won
good fight.
He should have won the contest. I'm going to leave you with
Yeah.
Annette Berm for the next contest. Let's go down to map number 1 in
Yes.
preparation
Yes.
for the end, because that's where we're going to finish up anyway. We pick up the contest between Marine Herbe of France. She faces Guzmari Garcia Savin of Cuba. There's 2 minutes and 20 seconds left to go. There's no score yet. It's Herbe in the white judogi, Garcia in blue, and here's Annette Berm.
Yes. I think when Georgian will watch that fight again, he will realize when he's less emotional that was a force attack. But for the moment, it's hard to believe for him. Anyway, so as we said it, this is the 4th quarterfinal in the plus 78 kilogram category. Attack there from the French, and the Cuban tried to counter. Hard fight for both of them. A lot of power is gone already. And the referee on the mat. Tell them, hurry up a little bit. Both take their time. Both are happy that the other one also takes their time. So, last minute, we are within the last minute. Let's see who can come through with a score. Oh, Chigari attack. Wasn't a bad one, but the French must be careful of her right arm. I like the attack there from the French. Right-sided.
Herb, if she's as well prepared as the French normally are, should take this contest, because tactically she should have more experience than Guzmán Garcia, who probably hasn't had as many contests and at this kind of level. There's the single Shido that's going to do it, I think. And Garcia picks it up with 20 odd seconds left to go. French fighter should be able to see it home from here now. Strong grips, nice and upright, and don't commit an error. Come on, there's your chance.
Yes.
Not long enough, I'm afraid. 4 seconds is not long enough for the heavyweight to get over there, get your hands on your opponent and throw them. It's Marine Herb, as we said.
Yeah.
We suspected that she would have sufficient enough experience tactically to get past Garcia. And so it's turned out. All right, we'll see Herb in the semi-final and Guzmán Garcia in the repechage contest. So let's do the introductions for a repeat of the Junior European Championship final. Yakov Khamo of the Ukraine faces Ruslan Shakbazov of Russia. It's Khamo in the white judogi, Shakbazov in blue.
For Russia, for Ukraine, Yakov Khamo. In blue for Russia, Ruslan Shakbazov.
Sumika Eshi, wonderful, wonderful.
He really has got the beating of him, hasn't he?
Yes.
Khamo has just demonstrated
Wow.
there that he's not just your usual heavyweight.
Yeah, that's
He
right.
commanded that gripping exchange and threw with Sumigaeshi beautifully, absolutely beautifully. Now, the coach is the same coach as Yelisaveta Kalanina. I wish that he could have the same results here that he does with Khamo.
Last contest today.
Maybe this is who Yelisaveta should be training with.
Yes. I like him, I like his judo. Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, that was so good to watch.
Yes,
But today, before that, Kalpas Horde.
That was quality.
that's right.
We could see that one more time, couldn't we? No, we're already on to the next contest. Chaemin Young of Korea faces Ulisbaya Durenbaya of Mongolia. It's an all-Asia matchup in the last of the quarterfinals in the plus 100 kilo category. Chaemin Young in the white judogi, Ulisbaya in blue. It warmed up, didn't it?
Yeah.
At the end there. We just had a few contests that lifted that day. My money's on Ulisbaya here, the Mongolian.
The fight before, he won in the last seconds. I spoke with a Mongolian team member.
Nice gripping here
Managed that.
from Ulisbaya. Just he's got something about him. He may be the one that the Mongolians are looking for. You know, he's not tall, but he's got the right kind of stature. Good timing for the Mongolians to have him in the juniors and coming up. Still some way away from his end goal. I think they've got, at the moment, Batolga Timolin in that weight category in the seniors, but Ulisbaya Durenbaya, I think, is going to give him a good run for his money. And all of these fights here, you know, on the international stage, albeit in juniors, but he's coming up against some tough fighters. This is all good experience for the Mongolian. Chemin Young has picked up a second penalty. Ulisbaya just the one. 2:20 odd left to go, and out goes Chemin Young again. Yeah, third penalty. Gary Berliner is harsh but fair. You see, he didn't come under an attack. If you come under attack, a technique, a waza by your opponent, and you step out, no penalty. But you just can't go out if you feel some pressure. Oh, he wanted to put the left hand down low, and he now, well, his has gone to ground. You see, it's in the gripping. If you're not strong in the grips, no, he just wandered out, yeah. If you're not strong in the grips, you are going to get pushed around. Ulisbaya was lucky to get away with that. Minute 50, I'd have penalised him.
Yeah.
But then I'm even more harsh than Gary Berliner.
Yes.
He's getting soft in his old ages, Gary. Let that one go. See, Chemin Young's got a chance to catch his breath here. And he's had enough. If you're not going to fight, yeah, he's absolutely right here, Gary Berliner. If you're not going to fight, then you're going to get penalised. Let's have a bow from Chemin Young. No bow. Right. We've got a terrific lineup for you later on this afternoon when we come back for the final block. We're just talking about the draw for the team competition as well, but we're not going to show that anyway. We're going to be back at 5 o'clock with all the medal action and the repechage contest. But I'm just going to ask Annette Byrne before we go off here, who you've seen today that you think is worth picking out. Who do you want to mention before we?
Yes, I have three.
Okay,
I
you
picked
go
out
for
three.
it. Yeah.
Yes. First of all, it is the heavyweight Yakiv Kamo. I'm impressed. I'm really impressed. We just saw him against the Russian. Brilliant skills he got. This is the first one in the heavyweight. The second one for me, it is the Russian Ramazan Malsuigenov, who also showed me.
Yeah, controlled the contest with Wolf Aaron. Really dominated that one. Yeah, they're two good picks so far. Who's the third? Let me see who's got the third.
The third is a woman. And it is a German. It is Anna-Maria Wagner, because I haven't seen her fighting before that much. And what she showed me today, that she's able to combine and to react in the right moment with the right technique, that I was impressed when I watched her judo. That's the third one.
Okay, 3 picks there. We haven't been able to pick one in the plus 78 kilo category for women, but that's not surprising. They haven't really shown anything there. We'll be back at 5 o'clock with all the action from the final block, including the repechage and semi-final contests. But from Annette Byrne and myself, bye-bye for now.
Bye-bye.